I started as a sports writer in the spring of my freshman year, which would be 2015.
I'm actually not a journalism major, but my dad was, and he went to IUP, and he had a teacher who still teaches here, Randy Jessic. Whenever I was touring IUP before I decided to come here, my parents ran into Randy, and he saw me and said, "Your daughter should take my copy editing class." I decided to do that, and I actually really liked it because I've always liked grammar. And then I knew that the position was opening for copy editor, so I came to the paper, and I hadn't written anything, I hadn't had anything to do with it, but I started writing for it, and I really liked the people, and I liked the idea of it.
I got my start at the Penn my junior year at IUP. I actually came in to shadow Sam Sullivan to be the copy editor, and I kind of got kicked around from editor to editor. I started shadowing Abby Zelko, who was the news editor, to be the news editor. I considered managing editor for a while, but one day Dave, who was editor-in-chief last year, took me in his office and he said that he thought I would be good for the editor-in-chief position and that I should seriously consider interviewing for it.
So the Penn has taught me so much about myself, my career, and just working with others, and this group of people, I just couldn't trade it for the world. There's so many different personalities and character traits, and I've learned so much.
Well, my time here at the Penn was a lot shorter than everyone else's was. I didn't come until November, but I'm definitely jealous of all of the other months that everyone else got here.
I mean, there's a lot that goes on in the Penn office. I mean, we have a lot of fun, but we get a lot done too. I feel like the leadership aspect of it is just as big as the journalism side. So it's a lot of fun managing writers, but also taking on my own stories.
I got started at the Penn in a very unconventional way. They couldn't find a photo editor, and Molly, the editor-in-chief, kept emailing me about applying for the photo editor position, and then I just didn't do it. And then I decided to do it, and that's how I got the job.
We have to cover some good stories. We have to cover a French triple jumper. That was kind of cool, because she was one of the best athletes on the track team, but she had one bad jump and she thought she was going to get kicked off the team.
My favorite memory is probably my favorite and my least favorite memory. It was the night of homecoming. We were here until 4-something in the morning because we just had a big paper and a lot was going on with homecoming weekend and all the partying, and we kept hearing these reports of police officers everywhere and people being really freaked out about that.
But my favorite memory of the Penn usually happens at like 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, like homecoming weekend or IU Patty's weekend, when we're in the office and we're just dead tired, and we've been here for 12 hours working on this paper, and you can hear the brats, and you can hear the horse cops, and you can see the sirens, and you kind of look out the window at IUP and all of the cops and all of just the madness of the parties.
Some of my favorite memories are our wall of fame, where Caitlin has photoshopped our heads onto other pictures, and they're really funny. There's one of Pete, his face on these little smurfs, and that's really funny.
My favorite part about working at the Penn is that everyone is just so friendly. I've only been here for a couple of weeks, and they just make you feel at home.
I'd say that my favorite part of every production night was just hanging out with everyone, and we would crop our faces onto Left Shark and dinosaurs, and we would mess around, and we'd somehow also make a paper at the same time.
I'd probably say getting to write about the character of some athletes, because in sports it's a lot about scores and numbers and stuff, but getting to focus on humble stories of athletes and things like that, just getting into the unseen side of sports.
My favorite memory is that one time when the website went dark and just disappeared for like 3 days, and I had to stay up until like 5 in the morning learning PHP coding.
The Penn has definitely been the most rewarding thing I've done in my 4 years at IUP, but it's also been the most fun I've had at IUP. It's been a privilege, and it's been a lot of fun to get to come to work with a group of people who, you not only respect just for their really raw journalistic talent, but also, the group of people who become your very, best and closest friends at IUP. And one minute you're debating AP Style, and the next minute you're singing Taylor Swift songs, and you spend 75% of your waking life with these people.
It means just that the Penn means
It definitely was the best decision I ever made because it ended up being so much fun and great experience both personally and professionally.
And the environment is just really fun, and we order pizza and chat and stuff like that. So it's just a really fun job.
But we had some really great memories, and I wouldn't trade this year for the world.
It means a lot. It was a jump start to my career, I believe. I can look back on it and see all the good times I had in the office, but also the things I learned. So it's a career stepping stone, but also something that I cherish now, too.
Thanks, Cody.
And that you're in this tiny little office with this little group of people, and it's your job to take all of the mayhem and the madness and the horse cops and to make it make sense in 450 words and put it out, the next